Good morning. It's the Saints Man, and it's Saturday the 2nd, and this is Week in the Life of Van Driver. Um, we worked 4 days last week. Fuel is going up gradually. Mine's at 111, which is 134, roughly, just under. Um, so yeah, it's gradually creeping up. We had a pretty good week. Monday had a really good day. I went to Northampton, wasn't pick up until 9 o'clock. I went to Pershore, which is in Worcestershire, which is not the best place to go. Let me tell you, it is normally dead down that area. Amazingly, as I was getting to Pershore, there was a job come on from Pershore going to Bromsgrove, which got me nearer Birmingham. So managed to get that because I was the only driver in Pershore. And then I delivered that. So we did two jobs, and then I got a really good job, a long job, and it was Worcester to Canterbury in Kent. In fact, it was past Canterbury. It was one of the biggest fruit farms in Kent. It was enormous, and it was one pallet of labels. They pack the fruit for the big supermarkets. It was massive, massive fruit farm. I didn't get there till 5:45 at night, and I'd already on the way down. I looked to see what jobs there was coming out of there for the next day, and I managed to get a job from Rochester to Newbury for the Tuesday. So I stayed down in Kent and tramped. Weather was lovely, and I went to Herne Bay actually when I delivered. I was near Sandwich where I delivered, so I went up to Herne Bay. Had sausage and chips on the seafront, and yeah, had a lovely walk along the front. Wasn't the most picturesque. I don't know. I was slightly disappointed. The pier was shut. I mean, all the stuff was on there. It was locked up, so you couldn't go on the pier. Yeah, just a bit nice walk though. I went for a good long walk actually, and because I'd found a tramp on Park for Night in Rochester, and it was very close to where I was picking up. So I thought, well, I won't get there too early. But even when I got to Rochester, it was still light, and I walked along the estuary there, so it was okay. Tramped, no problem at all. Slept really well, and it's great having the new power station because I had my laptop on. It's got a light on it, and also I charged up everything, and I'd still got 65% charge on the power station by the morning, and just plug it into the cigarette lighter, and it charges it up in about 2 3 hours. So the power station it's perfect for what I need. So we did that Monday, really good day, really good money, way over target, but it was a long day. We did well, say long day. We did 11 hours, so it was a longish drive. Then I got Tuesday, Rochester to Newbury. Newbury's normally a really good area. Newbury, Thatcham, Reading to get a job. I didn't pick up till 9 o'clock in Rochester, and it was a bit of a journey getting south around the M25. Yeah, it took a long while to get around there to get to Newbury, and I couldn't get a job for love nor money out of Newbury. Decided I was going to start trundling towards home, which is a good distance, but I thought if I could pick a job up, that'd be great, and I did. I got a job picking up samples from Chipping Norton to Lubbenham, which is a little village just outside Market Harborough, which suited me. And them samples went to the pathology lab. So from Chipping Norton, they were for, let's put this, there was, there, I'm going to be careful with my words here because I'm not going to mention names, but a famous farm near Chipping Norton, and it was checking for TB. And they went to Lubbenham to the pathology lab, and subsequently they were found to be positive. So it's in the papers, but it was me who took the samples, and I didn't tamper with them. They were still sealed when I got there, and we got them delivered to Lubbenham. And also, that's not too far from home. It's less than 30 miles from my house, so I drove home. Uh, the phone, I got my Tesco mobile phone. The pack code had gone through in the morning, so now I'm on a O2 phone. Problems with it. All the stuff went across. learning how is putting all your code, all your passwords in, because it takes all the information across. Then you have to log in again. All the apps are there, but you have to log them all back in. That took a while, but we got it, and we're all up and running on Tesco Mobile, which is the O2 network. So let's fingers crossed that works well. Wednesday, I'd already got a job, and it was from Brackmills going down to Fareham, which is a regular run for me. Um, Again, it was a small box, absolutely no problem. I couldn't pick it up until 8 o'clock. I was down at Fareham, and again, I struggled. There was coming out of Fareham. I managed to get a job to Alton, which is not the best of jobs, but gets me further north, and I got a good money for it. And then I did get another small job. I had two small jobs that got me nearer home each time. The next one was from Newbury, believe it or not. Couldn't get a job there on Tuesday. On Wednesday, straight away, Newbury to Didcot. Instant. And I was going past there, and the Didcot is on the A34, and it was just off the A34 where I delivered. And then I drove home from Didcot. So quite a bit of dead miles this week, but that's what it is. Thursday, I've got a job booked in on Wednesday for Thursday, and it was picking up in Kettering to Wolverhampton. And Thursday was it was it was a mad day, really. It was a mad day. Things just didn't click. I picked up in Kettering 9 o'clock, and it was a cherry picker. If you get like a transit van or a Mercedes Sprinter, and they've got a crane on the back with the um the cage, and they're fiberglass cages. I picked one of them up, and I picked it up from Kettering from a platform company, and it was going to Wolverhampton, and I'd got an address, presumed it was a business. When I got there, it was a residential house, no one in. I managed to find the contact number who lived there, and he says, "It's you're taking it to my house. This should have gone to such and such. I'll give you a ring back." And I phoned the shipper, and he agreed. And he phoned me back, the contact, and he says, "Can you get it off the van? Okay, if you can, leave it on my drive. Just leave it to the side." And he says we could sort that out. He said that's fine. Just leave it there. He said it really should have gone to my business address. He said, but he said it's fine. Leave it there. So I did. And then we're looking for a job, and there was a job on there, and in hindsight, I shouldn't have took it, but I did because I could put really good money on it. Wolverhampton, which obviously I was in Wolverhampton, going to Horsham. Horsham obviously is not far from Gatwick, sort of that area, down past Leatherhead. Good way. And I thought, well, with this money, it's going to take me over target for 4 days, well over target, and it's good money. And hopefully, I may get something from Horsham. Horsham's normally a 3 hour drive from Wolverhampton, and the M25. Well, getting out of Wolverhampton was a logistical nightmare. There was a road being dug up or something, so that took a while. But getting down to Horsham, it took me 4 hours, over 4 hours. So instead of getting there at sort of 2:30, 2:45, where I thought I may get a job north, I got there at 4 o'clock. And I've got to get home because I'm not working Friday. So I've got to get home. I can't stay out. I can't tramp. So I drove home. Literally drove back. And that was just as bad getting home. The M25 was just carnage. And even the M1. In fact, all the way back. It took me the best part of. I got home. Time I get home. Just after 7:30. And I set off at about 4 o'clock. 3.5 hours. And it's normally 2 hours 45 that journey. So 3/4 an hour extra. So lots of dead miles. So yeah, a bit more dead miles I'd like, but you get 50 miles per gallon, and if you're doing 100 dead miles, I know it's wear and tear on a van. It's only costing you 12 quid. So look at it like that. It's not too bad. That was my week. Saying that, Friday yesterday, I picked up a double pallet from Wellingborough, and I'm delivering that into Swindon on Monday morning at 8 o'clock from a very good shipper, James. Thanks for that. And so we've got a job for Monday sorted. The money situation. The miles I did 1,200 miles. So I did 400 miles a day. No, that's all right. 300 miles a day, average. Average 300 miles a day. So that's what it is. My driving was 31 and 3/4 hours, which is a lot of driving for 1,200 miles. But I was in a lot of traffic a lot of the time. My duty, I did 40 hours, just over 40 hours, 15 minutes over 40 hours. So average 10 hours a day, which is, again, that's a week's work, isn't it, in 4 days? My money wasn't as good as I liked it, really. I got 835, but with VAT, it went £1,002. Give the VAT man his £100 and 20 pence, comes out at 901.80, which averages over 4 days at £225 a day. So, yeah, when you work it out like that, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We've got a full week. Let's have a look. Yep, we've got a full week next week. And then we're going to start on 4-day weeks for a while. Yeah, got a 5-day week next week. The following week, I've only got a 3-day week because the van's being serviced on the Thursday, and we're going on a weekend break, me and my wife and 2 friends, on the Friday the 15th of August. We come back on the Monday. So that's 4-day week the following week. And then I do believe the following week, no, we're not. We've got a full week. So that's not too bad. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh no, we've got a bank holiday on Monday the 25th. So next week's a full week, which I'd like to get a really good week in, and then we'll see where we go. The kids are on holiday now. Does that affect work? August, last August, it does drop off. I'm sure it does slightly because people are on holiday. Factory fortnight, I don't think that applies that much now, does it? As much where everywhere shuts for 2 weeks. It used to be when 30, 40 years ago, there was a 2 week shutdown on most manufacturers. They just completely shut, and that's when they had their holiday. But don't think that applies. But that was the week. It was okay. I did a video about the short wheelbase van over a small van, and I am convinced now I've got the right van because I can take bigger loads, 2 pallets, and I'm getting the same pence per mile. So I'm convinced that I've got the right vehicle for what I want. Yes, a long wheelbase van, you get even more choice, but there is so much competition on long wheelbase vans and Lutons around Northampton. There are Luton vans everywhere. So I'm happy with what I've got and what I'm doing. So hope it continues. Hope we keep getting work. I'd like to get as much work as I can this next week, and also the 4-day weeks I'm doing. So get us through to September. So it's all good. We're going to watch the Lions. 2-0 up. It's 20 to 9 in the morning. So going to get some breakfast. Get ready for the 11 o'clock Lions. And then not a lot on today. I'm going to switch 2 motorbikes around because one's due an MOT in the next 2 weeks, and I want to take it out for a run. So it's going to be an okay day. Have a great weekend. Please like and subscribe. Apparently, you do this. It's somewhere down here. I don't know. You know me. This is not edited. My good friend Neil at Neptune Couriers, who's a really good courier in Scotland, he's now so busy. He edits his, and they're really professional. He has drones and all that, and it's just taking too much time. It's so much time apparently to edit videos, which I don't know how to do because I'm not been inclined to even look at it. This takes me 20 minutes on a Saturday, and I'll do it in the week if I'm waiting or I'm stuck in traffic, which is when I did the video in the week. So, anyway, have a great weekend, and come on, you Lions, come on. Speak soon.